A little strong, but not a bad result. These type of shots give golfers so many issues around the greens. Taking a wedge, trying to hit a nice, delicate little pitch shot, hoping to get a better result than that. And there's a term which I think is partly responsible why golfers struggle, and that is acceleration. Yes, we want to accelerate the club. Decelerating is never going to give good results, but it's how we think about that and how we use that in our golf swing. Let me explain what I mean. So we've all heard that term, you know, don't decelerate, accelerate through, and that's pretty true. You know, we want that club head accelerating through the golf ball, but your golf club has got two ends to it. It's got the club head end and it's got the grip end. You're connected obviously to this end. Now, great chippers and pitchers of the golf ball will generally, through the downswing, accelerate the club head. That's what we want to do. A lot of golfers who I see that struggle are trying to accelerate, but they do it through here. It's the wrong way. Now watch what happens when we do that. I take a nice address to this golf ball. I've got my club shaft nice and neutral. The reason I'm doing that is because I want to be using the bounce on the golf club and not using the leading edge. But when I have it in my mind that I'm going to accelerate and I do that with a handle, what happens is we get this. The club head lags too far behind and we get a lot of shaft lean. Now when we get a lot of shaft lean, there's two things that are really, really costly. Number one, shaft lean means we push that leading edge down, we kind of hide the bounce, and that makes your margin for error much smaller. You're going to hit a lot of duff shots that way. And the other thing it does is it shortens the distance between you and the club head. So if you look at that distance between me and the club head, as I push my hands forwards, you can see how that distance shortens. So when you use acceleration and you use that acceleration through the grip end, it's incredibly easy to hit those thin shots across the green. We've all experienced those, I know I have, and I'm sure you have as well. So how do you stop hitting those thin shots? Well, what you'll often start to do is use your knees to kind of sink down to try and offset the fact that the club's closer to you. You're just in a whole world of trouble when you do that. So what I'd love you to do for these, you know, delicate shots around the greens where you're taking a wedge, I've got myself my 50-60 degree here. I'm trying to use the bounce. I want a nice mid-flight, maybe a little bit of spin, looking to get this up and down. I want you to, during your backswing, you're going to use a little bit of wrist set. You're going to use those a little bit going back. That puts a little bit of energy into the club. But in transition, this is the key move here. In transition, I want you to feel as if the club head starts moving towards the ball before the grip does. So we start to uncock those wrists nice and early. Now, once I do that, how does the club arrive at the ball? Well, I use my body pivot. So the little exercise is you go back, you pause, you push the club down as you turn the body through. So we go back and pause, push the club down, turn the body through. Push the club down, turn the body through. Now if I do that on this little shot, and I'm going to do it so it probably won't reach that flag, push the club down, turn the body through. So I did that a little bit slower speed, it didn't reach, but we get that really nice interaction with the ground, we get that really nice strike, we get that nice mid-flight, we get that spin and that grab, especially if you're using a quality ball like the TP5 that I am here, and we get that result that we want. And it's all to do with thinking about which end of the club are you focused on. Most great chippers and pitchers are more aware of what the club head is doing. Now you're connected, as I said, to the club head, sorry, the grip, I should say. So it's really easy for your focus to be on that grip and trying to drive that grip and accelerate that grip. And as I explained there, that's not really going to end too well. So think about accelerating the club head, not the grip, and you're suddenly going to start to hit some better, softer, spinnier pitch shots. You're going to get up and down more often.